Greetings, friends. The plane is almost above the drop point. Please, get out, kill some murkies, and let's make that money ours, yeah? Now, rise, my friends.
Time to go. Маскировка. Careful, I can see that. Yeah.
Excellent. The increased drag will slow the plane and force the pilot to fly lower, as expected. Now, get to the cargo controls.
G'day there guys, what is going on and welcome back. So today guys we are doing a solo DeathWish, loud of course, one of the new Point Break heists, Sky something, I can't remember what it's called, Sky Break or something like that. Sky Breach, I honestly cannot remember for the life of me what this heist is called. But yeah, I was like, you know, I haven't done a video in a while, like a solo DeathWish video, so I was like, yeah, I'll do one. So I thought I'd do this heist as it was the easiest. I am still working on behind the mountain, or whatever, beneath the mountain, that's it. And hopefully I can have that out to you guys fairly soon, but unfortunately it's a little bit more difficult than this heist. I've got very close before, but unfortunately I got down at the last point, so yeah. So for now you guys will have to put up with this one. God, that's weird, isn't it? Ugh, makes your head spin. When you're looking in that direction, the clouds are actually sort of weirdly formed than if you're looking in the other direction, so that's what I'm talking about. Rewind it if you want to have a look. So overall, the first two pallets weren't too difficult. Of course, the third pallet's obviously always going to be the difficult one, due to the fact that, you know, it's the last one, the time's got on, there's going to be more enemies on the map, you know, shit like that. This heist confuses me quite a fair bit though, because I was really hoping for a stealth heist to come out of this. I mean, we haven't actually had a stealthable heist in a while. I mean, you could argue that, I mean, well, not just argue, but you could definitely say, yes we have, because of First World Bank, but honestly, I played First World Bank so much in the original game that the stealth, yeah, it's good that it's there, and it's pretty much one of the only ways I really play it now. But, I want an original stealth heist, not a loud heist turned stealth. And we haven't had one for a while. I'm really hoping there's something in the works. But I was really hoping this was going to be a stealth heist, you know? I mean, it starts on the plane, no one knows what the hell's going on. You know, we can shut down the communications or something, I don't know. Drop the money out. And then when we're actually falling, I was, obviously the engine probably wouldn't even be able to deal with it, but I don't know, I thought we'd like secure the air and like a chopper that was like, or a helicopter that was like, a helicopter or a plane that was like underneath the plane that you jump out of. I don't know, something like that would have been cool for a stealth. And then like, yeah, I don't know, I guess the loud version of it would be like if you screwed up on the plane somewhere. I don't know, the plane underneath could, maybe you have to speed up and get out of there, and then all the pallets just get dropped in this area, and then you do this part as allowed. But the stealth would have been good. You just have to make the plane a bit difficult, that's all. And stealthable. I don't know, that'd be cool. But obviously that's never going to happen, because Overkill don't actually add stealths to maps that they've already released. And they're probably going to do that now to one of the maps, and I'm going to eat my words on it. Yeah, but overall, I actually really enjoy this new update. It's something that I've been waiting for quite some time, to be honest. I mean, we've always had the Heat-inspired heists, you know, like First World Bank and stuff like that. So it was good to see that in the other movie that really inspired Payday 2 finally got its mention with the Point Break heists, you know. So that was good. You probably noticed by now that the sound is a little bit behind. I'm not too sure what that is and why that's happening. But, yeah, I think it's got something to do with the frame rate in the game. At some point it must lag out and the sound stays where it is, but the visuals sort of stay behind. I think that may be the issue. I always hate doing this because I get really scared that something's just going to pop out behind one of the corners of the money and get me. Almost dead. Huh. Was that the first down? I think that was the first down. So this heist, like I just said, is a really easy heist. Overkill and DeathWish, pretty much. The only hard part is when you hit the sewers, and you'll notice that I brought the flamethrower, specifically due to the sewers. Because all the enemies spawn there, like they just clusterfuck you down there, so I decided to bring that and just like freeze some of the enemies and kill some at the same time. And it deals with shields, it deals with everything. It's a very nice universal weapon, I decided to use that. I always forget to throw the parachute as soon as I hit the ground. I'm glad that ladder mechanic came back though. That was an interesting mechanic, being able to pick up a ladder and move it around and stuff. So I'm glad they brought that back in this heist, but I don't know, I feel as though they definitely could have done more with this one in particular. Beneath the Mountain, I feel as though that was pretty perfect. Maybe something a little bit in that heist, but this heist overall needed something big, and I just feel as though they didn't deliver on it. Like, I know the big part is the whole jumping out of the plane, but that's just the mechanic that they've added. I don't give a shit about that, you know. I wanted something huge out of this, and I definitely know that they've been releasing heists pretty much very close together lately. I mean, they did release the two Payday the heist, and then they released the Aftershock heist, which I know everyone hated, but you know, they were released within a week of each other. And then they released this stuff here, which is, I think it's been about a month or 2 months, and you know, it takes it some time to build a map and make sure it works properly and everything, a heist, I mean. So I give them credit for that, but you know, they're working their ass off, and then almost straight after they released this stuff, they released the Christmas heist. Straight after they released the Payday the heist stuff, they released the freaking God, what was it called? The Lab Rats one and all that shit. So you know, they've been working hard the last couple of months, Overkill. But I definitely feel as though this heist in particular needed something, and it didn't have it. But overall, it's a very nice heist. I do enjoy it, but I definitely feel as though a stealth was a must-have or a must-need on this heist to make it something special, something unique. Definitely. I mean, they could have done so much with the whole jumping out of the plane thing, and during mid-air you could have had to do something before you hit the ground and die. You know, that would have been cool, but... Or like a mid-air... I don't know, this game isn't really quick time, so I was going to say a mid-air, like, quick time event, but that would be a bit shitty. I mean, it'd be cool if you, like... I don't know. I definitely want to see something like a moving train or something coming in the future. That'd be cool. Where you have to actually travel across the moving train, and you have pretty much a time limit to rob it before it gets to the tunnel or some shit, or it like goes through tunnels and you have to duck so you don't die and all this stuff. Fuck, that'd be awesome actually, holy shit. Oh, what a death. What a death. Look at that. Definitely wasn't expecting that to happen myself. I raged when that happened. I definitely thought Chains wasn't going to get down here in time, but he did. He's a good man, Chains. Good man. Yeah, he got to me. Nice and quick, which is good. Then I was back to it. I had a couple more bags to chuck in, and then I'm all done there. You definitely notice that sound thing. I think it might be something to do with definitely the lag of after I jump out of the plane. Because as you notice, when I was on the plane, it was perfectly fine. But as soon as I left, it just screwed up. And it is pretty laggy this heist. I can honestly say that my frame rate does drop quite a fair bit. And I don't quite understand why, because it's not a huge map, there's not a whole lot. Oh, it is a pretty big map, I do lie about that. It is pretty big, but there's not a whole lot there, in my opinion. So I don't know if that's just like a performance issue that they need to fix or something, but yeah. Because Golden Grin got a heap of performance issues with it, and they fixed all them, which was good. I forgot the flare. And I can actually run that now very well. So, well, not very, very well, but decent. I think I run it at about 20. About. So, it's better than what I did run it at, which was like 15. Although, if I'm looking at a certain... like, if I'm in the... I think it was the room where you have to get the code or whatever the fuck it was. Almost fell off there. That would have been the end of it. So I wasn't going to med up, simply because I was going to wait for my health to regen, and then I was just going to go med up at the other med bag. But since the dozer came up here, I got really worried, so it just was like, screw it. And for the first time, actually, when we get to the sewers, I'll tell you that in a minute when we get to the sewers, but for now, just watch this. Actually, while he says Gak, I actually wanted to say, when I first heard him say it, I actually thought he was saying Gek, or Kek, as in like the whole, you know, the LOL thing where the guy wrote LOL in World of Warcraft and it came out as Kek because of like what language he was talking in or some shit. The Orcish language. Yeah, so that's what I thought he was saying until I actually found out that it was kind of like an insult or something, but I don't know, it's a bit weird. Alright, so at this point I was like, I'm gonna wait for Chains because I might need him to revive me in time, so just gonna make sure he gets down here with me. Unfortunately, he did make it to the sewers, but unfortunately, that was the end of Mr. Chains. I decided to just grab some meds here and get full health, so I can make the run across from the torrent. In case the torrent takes out some health, I'll still be able to make it. And lucky I have 10 dodge. So right here, I didn't die instantly, which is good, because as we all know, the only way to defeat a real turret is by dodging it. You know? And this is where the flamethrower comes in use. Use nothing but the flamethrower down here. Because it stuns and it freezes enemies. It's just, the flamethrower is beautiful down here. It's actually the first time I never went down. That's what I was going to say before. This is the first time I never went down while being in the sewers. I got very close, as you can see. Scarily close. Oof. God, I felt so pro when I got out of there. I was just like, yeah, done. Massive weight lifted. All I had to do now was make it past a couple of cops up ahead, and I was done. This is the closest I could ever get. Ugh. Doing this solo DeathWish stuff fucking kills me, guys. You know, I actually broke a mouse once trying to do it. I don't remember which heist it was, but I know I broke a mouse once. Just in rage of cheap deaths. So right here, I'm just like sitting down waiting for my health to regen. Since I got muscle on, so I'm just like, yeah, I'll let that get up a little bit before I drive past these guys, so that way if they hit me, I can take some hits before going down. What I would have loved to have at this point would have been something like Swan Song, so that way if they got me, they would have only just got me when I was near the chopper or something, and I would have been able to just make it to the chopper, since I've actually done that. So I know that would have worked, so that would have been fantastic. Fortunately, I didn't have that skill, so I had to wait a little while. Something very weird happened when I got out here. The cops didn't shoot at me, or they missed every shot, as you're about to find out. Nope, there's one shot missed. Just look at that. What the fuck? They didn't shoot at me at all. And that's how we get out. I just love that. I love how he says that. That's why I'm playing as him doing this heist, because I just love what he said, how he says that. And that's how we get out.
Get aboard. That was a fucking excellent job, my friends.
I can't remember. Is the payout worth it or not?
Fucking great job, friends. It had it all. Excitement.
I think you get 2 mil when you do Beneath the Mountain, don't you? What's that? Nah, it's not worth it. Yeah, so I won't be ever playing this in DeathWish ever again. I'll only be doing it on Overkill because you pretty much get the same amount of money. So yeah, you don't get an increase or anything, which is upsetting. It's definitely worth the XP. If I was playing with my friends who need it, but other than that, no. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and until next time, goodbye.